Okay, so this apartment has no floors, so just watch your step.
This unit is beautiful. I'd never live in it at home, but it's perfect for someone like you. So you could fit a queen size bed in here if you put it in vertically.
This place is beautiful exposed brick and exposed wires.
The outlets actually aren't on the walls, they're on the ceiling.
This is the second bedroom.
That's how they do you.
A lot of space.
So there is a live-in super, he will be your roommate.
There's no heat in the apartment, but there is a hot pipe.
Stove, master closet.
This is a 2-story walk-up. Then there's a ladder. The stairs are a little crooked, so just shift your weight.
You're very lucky, because they're only asking $1K a week.
This place is massive, but like I said, no doorknobs.
Hi, I'm looking for a studio apartment. I can afford the $1,000
That
a month
was
rent. I
funny.
can put
Y'all
first and
can't
last
lie.
month's deposit down. I have a good credit score, good background record. I also have never been evicted. Yeah, well, you need to make 3 times the rent every month, so. I mean, I make close to it, but I don't make $3,000 plus every month. Well, looks like you can't be here then.
So let me get this straight. We can't afford rent because rent prices are increasing so much to push us out to buy homes. But the interest rate is so high, you can't buy a home. And also you're not going to get funded for a home because of your debt to income ratio. So then what? And then homelessness or houselessness is becoming criminalized. So then what? I don't understand. To be honest, I really like the idea of building a commune, you know, aside from like the culty aspect of it, but essentially buying land, driving vans, building a tiny houses on it, and everyone shares.
What the fuck is going on? This is my first time trying to look for housing in Los Angeles. I'm a native LA resident. I was born and raised here. And I've been living in my rent-controlled house with my family my entire life. Now, I work a normal job. I make above minimum wage at one of my jobs. I have obviously multiple, like every freaking young person trying to survive in this world. One of my jobs is minimum wage. The other is like $18 an hour. And together they add up to full-time work, both jobs. Why the like on average, if I work full-time, I make like maybe like 1,500 every 2 weeks. So it's like 3,000 a month max, because my hours vary. 3,000 a month max. I'm literally I can't afford any of these apartments. One apartment is $3,080 a month. What the? How do I buy food if rent is already more expensive than how much I make in a single month? I don't understand. That's a 1-bedroom.
I'm here. Behind you, look.
The price I got for this house, I'm not going nowhere.
I'm behind you.
Girl, bye.
I am right behind you. Don't be scared.
You better go on somewhere.
I just want to
The
play
internet
a game with
is
you.
too much. It really is.
Hey.
I'm 25 years old and I'm still living back at home with my parents.
Yo, listen, my man in this video is going...
Yeah, hey, the internet is too much because y'all be doing some funny stuff. I'm trying to be serious about this serious subject, but y'all got some funny clips. I had to show y'all these clips. It's crazy that you will. Hey, did she say like her rich? She got a whole ghost in there. You got a ghost? I would have had to go. Like, I don't play with that supernatural. But let's carry on.
going to win in life. Everybody wants to flex on the internet, Instagram, and show like this luxurious lifestyle that they're living. But the reality is, a lot of that stuff is fake. Listen, rent prices are freaking crazy right now, right? Inflation is an all-time high, and jobs are not trying to pay what people need to actually survive out here. So listen, if you're able to like move back home with your parents and save a bunch of money and start investing it, oh my God, you can literally change your life around, pay off debt, stack some money so you can buy a house, right? Invest in all types of assets so you can increase your net worth. But, you know, people are too prideful to have this conversation. And listen, if you can't live back with your parents, if you can get roommates or find other ways to reduce your expenses, right, so you can save and stack more money, it's one of the best things that you can do for yourself.
So I feel like renting an apartment is a scam. Because what the mean first month and last month's rent? I never lived there last month. I don't know who the last month, but it wasn't me. Why am I sitting here paying first month, last month's rent? And you want me to qualify? Oh, you make sure you able to afford 3 times the rent. 3 times the rent. What the? Eggs is $100. Y'all is so fucking greedy. Y'all just a greedy because first month and last month's rent. Who lived there last month? Nobody was there last month. I wasn't in there. I don't know who the you had. Jimmy and his 6 kids wasn't in there. And I be seeing apartments. Oh, washer and dryer not included. Bro, I can't wash my but I gotta pay last month's rent. Yo, that's foul. I didn't live there. Now I can't wash my clothes.
That's
looks
the
like the
game of
apartment's
life.
basically yours. Looks like all I'm missing is your pet rent.
What is pet rent?
It's the monthly rent you pay for having a pet in the unit.
Wouldn't I just pay like a one-time pet fee instead?
Well, we actually stopped doing that once we found out it was legal to charge you that same amount every single month.
So just to be clear, if I moved my partner in, the rent would be the same.
Absolutely.
But my 8-pound cat would...
$50 a month, exactly.
So does that pay for like perks for everyone's pets, like a play area or...
Did you see a play area on your tour?
No.
So if, for instance, my cat damaged the floor, it would come out of the pet rent, not the security deposit they already gave you, right? Absolutely not. I'm gonna go screen the bathroom really quick. Perfect, the cafe in the lobby has one, but you have to buy a coffee before you get the door code.
Hey, that's how it go. They penny pinch you for every little single thing. You got a cat, $70 more. You want blinds or verticals, $125 more. I'm just saying. Wood floors or carpet, $200 more. That's how they do. It's crazy. But look, somebody sent me this. Y'all be sending me some funny stuff, and I plan on watching it like as a real reaction. So y'all got me cracking up. I'm thinking rent prices is high, people going homeless, and we was on some serious stuff. But these folks is making jokes, but they really telling the truth. It's a joke, cause sometimes you gotta laugh, not to cry. Y'all remember that guy said that when he was on the video with no lights? He said, "Yeah, sometimes you gotta laugh, not to cry." I've done enough crying. Boy, that was some realness right there. Realness. Yeah. These apartments will sit here and charge you for every little penny, trying to nickel and dime you and whatever first month, last month, and no, you get no washer, no dryer. Go to the laundromat. They got many washers and dryers you can put in your apartment if you don't have one. Look into that. Mini washer, mini dryer. And I'm talking about like real ones. But little real ones, like really wash your clothes for real, really dry them for real, they just small. Look at it. I was surprised. I said, what? Oh, I want one of those, just to have one of those just for a backup in case something happen to my washer and my dryer. Let's keep watching these videos.
The leasing office at my apartments literally said, "New year, new rent." And I just want to let them know that's illegal. And don't...
Isn't it wild that rent prices are so bad that genuinely where my brain goes is, oh, okay, but if I lock in a $2,400 one-bedroom apartment and I stay there for 30 years, in 30 years, when rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $35,000, all the young kids are going to look at me and come to me on the street interviews and be like, how did you do it? How did you find a one-bedroom apartment in Toronto for $2,400? Tell us your secrets. That's where my brain goes, which is unwell.
All right, I have a bone to pick, a really big bone, because I keep seeing these ads on my Instagram, right? $1,200 for a 4x4 apartment. That is almost $5,000 for that unit, right? And you can get a 1x1 apartment for around like $1,400-1,500. So like what? $200 more? For reference, when I was in college, the most I would pay for like a 4x4 is maybe $850 per person. So these units have increased almost $500 in less than 2 years. Because I was not in college 6 years ago. I was in college less than 2 years ago. I paid $900 for a 2x2. Are you fucking kidding me? Keep in mind, where I'm from, these prices are even worse. In the unit that I lived in before I moved out, which is a 4x4, I was paying $890. It is now $1,300. I don't know if crack these leasing offices are
My
smoking
bad,
or
y'all.
why our economy is down the gutter, but that's actually fucking ridiculous. My parents' mortgage is less than this fucking shoebox apartment. I don't know how people are even getting away with charging $1,200 a person. Insane.
And another thing, why are you checking my credit when I'm trying to get an apartment? I already gave you my pay stubs for 3 months. I got the money. I ain't trying to borrow no money from you. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm trying to watch TV. Like, why you all in my pockets? What you pocket watching me for? Just to approve me. You talk about, depending on your credit, we're going to add an extra deposit. That.
How do you guys do it?
Look, man, why you gotta make it so difficult for people to get somewhere to live? Yes, check criminal history because nobody wants to live next door to like Jason or Freddy Krueger. So you gotta check that. And also, yes, check how much the person's making. Like they showing you recent check stuff, but like all this extra stuff, why make it difficult for people to find somewhere to live? Check the credit. Make sure there's no evictions. Check the pay stubs to make sure they got it. Check the criminal. If you doing anything outside of that, it's extra. Just extra. And y'all stressing people out. And they like, God, that's where you get these rants from. These rants come from being stressed out. Like, come on. Come on, man. Like sometimes you just want to say you just want to say that sometimes.
How do you survive? How, like, I'm apartment shopping. I'm looking for a place to live, and it's so out of my reach. I work 2 jobs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then from 4 p.m. till 11:30 p.m. I literally run to my second job just to be on time, and I still can't afford living in California. Like, I just can't. I know some of you guys have roommates. I can't do that because I take care of my mom, you know? So it's awkward. It's not everybody's willing to share a house with an elderly woman, you know? So how? I feel like a single parent. Like I'm apartment shopping. I've even considered renting a room. And just to give you a perspective, a room here in Thousand Oaks, where I live in Ventura County, is going for $1,200 a room, one room. God forbid I look for a studio, you know? And it's like, they want $1,600 for a little tiny studio, and they want you to make 3 times the amount of rent. Perfect credit. God forbid I look for a 2-bedroom or even a 1-bedroom apartment. 1-bedroom apartment goes for $2,300 in my area. A 2-bedroom apartment goes for $3,200. How? How do you guys survive? Jesus Christ, when did fucking living become a luxury? Like, let me know. Like, 'cause I've even considered moving to Nevada. I considered moving to other states where rent is cheaper. But if you think about it, the minimum wage is a lot lower, which would only take me to a new city with no friends, like nowhere, like a whole new city, and then still be making minimum wage and still be in the same position, just with a different salary. I'm losing hope. I'm really losing.
And you know, a lot of people are. A lot of people just down to the point where they're just losing hope. And like, this is no point. But I'm here to tell you, it's not your fault. It's the system. Told you to go to school, graduate, go to college. You'll be all right. Everything will be all golden. Some people went in their career doing fine. Some people, degree is worthless. Worthless, no point. Went to school, can't find a job. Went to school, to tech school, and tech ain't it right now. Better run like out of tech. Stuff like that. So people giving up, man. But don't. You just got to make it through this. That's all you got to do is make it through this. Keep on working, keep pushing, and keep saving. Find some smart ways to do your rental. Maybe sometimes it ain't time to go. Maybe sometimes it's time to go back home. I don't know. Whatever you got to do. Maybe it's time to be a roommate. Something. But you got to keep fighting in the fight. But folks just tired at the same time. Can you blame them? I know I ain't the only one now. Let me know. Let me know what you. Let me know. I can't be the only one think like this.
Losing hope. I don't know what to do.
All right, so peep this. So we got this building for $200,000. I'm gonna give you an example of why rents and everything is just gonna keep going up. Like this, life's unaffordable. So this is a beautiful building we got for 2. The after repair value is like 4. So it should be a great cash flowing asset. But when you look at like 8% rates, and I mean they're paying right now both sides $1,500, which is pretty. I think it's a decent amount of rent. And it's just like, I don't know how fucked up the world is, but it's like for investors to make money, people gonna have to start paying like $2,200 for 3 bedrooms. I don't think people realize that how fucked up they got the market is. Like, and if one investor is getting that, the next person down the street, whoever it is, going to raise the rent as well. So it's gonna be like a huge rent crisis, bro. Look at this shit. Beautiful building. Might be a flip, but it just don't make sense. Don't make sense to keep. I don't know, but it's fucked up.
Rent in Seattle is fucking insane. I don't have any plans on moving, but I was just curious because I was like, well, you know, me and my partner would eventually like to get like a townhouse or a house or maybe a 2-bedroom apartment. Right now we live in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, but it is rent controlled in some fashion or another. But when I was looking at these like little houses, like I'm talking 1-bedroom, 1-bath house, barely got a yard, $3,000 to $5,000. And you're like, oh, maybe because of the view or maybe because of the house. No, these houses are like on the brink of breaking down, but got a luxury XYZ, and that's why they charge it that price.
I know you lying. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 3 what? 3,000 what? A month? I know you lying.
They robbing people out here. Don't even got a fucking yard, and you want me to pay $5,000? And the house ain't even updated. And the stuff that is updated, I'm not even gonna tell you the price.
Now, hopefully, the landlords and all the homeowners don't come and burn my timeline down about this. But something has got to be done about these high rent qualifications. And I'm talking basic rent, basic 1-bedroom apartments, basic homes in basic neighborhoods. Not even nice homes. We're not talking gated communities. We're talking basic rent properties. Something has to be done. And like I said, I don't want the landlords and the homeowners to come and burn my timeline down, because y'all not paying for where y'all stay anyway, in most cases. But why do you need like $7,000 up front? Why do you need 3 times the rent when your rent is like damn near $2,500? That was cool when rent was like $500, but now your rent is above $2,000. Like if we can afford that, we can get a home, right? Why are we doing all of this for an apartment? Why do you need a credit check? We just need a place to live for 6 months to a year. Who are you trying to keep out? The common American? I'm not trying to go live in Teeter-Totter, Arkansas, or Murphy, New Jersey, where the town shut down at 7 p.m. just so that I can have a place to stay that's affordable.
How are we expecting people to rent when they have to pay first and last month's rent plus a security deposit? I have a family member, he's not on this app,
and he is trying to get into an apartment complex, big corporate owned apartment complex here in Tampa. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square feet, $1,600 a month. They have horrible reviews on Google. Not a great part of town, but it's what he can afford right now. And, you know, it's going to be, he knows it's a temporary thing. So he asked me if I'd be willing to co-sign on this apartment because this apartment complex is asking for first and last month's rent plus a large security deposit. And I said, no problem. I'd rather you take that money that you would normally have to apply towards the application process to get moved in and instead focus on like buying yourself groceries when you get moved in and having the funds to set up your utilities and all the things. And I went ahead and submitted all the documents that they asked of me, which was 3 months worth of bank statements, our 2023 tax return, as well as copies of contracts and payments made from my clients because I'm a 1099 employee, to show them that basically if for some reason he weren't able to pay his rent, it would default to me, and including my social security number, so they'd come after me. No problem. I trust.
That's a lot of steps. That's a whole lot of steps to take. Ooh, honey. It wasn't even that hard to get a house. Back in the day, you can get a house. The only thing you had to do was have good credit, be at your job for 2 years, have 3 times the mortgage that you asking for with the house you pick in the bank. That's about it. Clean credit. Clean credit. Be at your job 2 years, have 3 times the mortgage in the bank, put down for closing costs or whatever, and then they was giving some free if you was with a HUD. Okay, that was it. It wasn't hard at all. The problem was people got more houses than they supposed to have got. And see, when you had that manager spouse working at Lowe's and that manager husband, being the manager in the construction or something, and you both bringing home that high middle class pay, everything was going great before the '08 boom. And when the '08 boom happened, it affected many. Because gas is now $500-$600 a month. Now, I'm not talking about you people that work 15 minutes away. Don't you say nothing. Don't speak, don't say nothing, because you know you ain't felt it. I'm talking about the people that work 30 plus. Your job was 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away, 50 minutes away, an hour away. And so you would drive that and then kick it down like that before that gas was up. But the gas was what, $1.25? Shot up to $4? Gradually so fast? Shot up to $4? And see, now, we ain't talking about today's pay they hourly giving out now. We're talking about back in the day when $11 was the star amount to be making. You make $11. Ooh, you're doing good. Those days. $11 era. The $12 era. Ooh, you making 14. Everybody was like, whoop. So, it used to be way easier to get somewhere to stay than they got it now. And we know who fault that is, right? Right. Whoever we bailed out.
Trust this family member wholeheartedly and have no issue doing that. So I submitted all those documents and they called him today. And yes, they are still asking for first and last month's rent and they are still requesting a security deposit. They lowered it. But let me just set the stage here. $1,600 a month is the rent. I provided them documentation to show that one of my clients, just one client that pays me in a month, would cover over 12 months of his rent. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying this because this is the level of absurdity we have reached. You have someone that's co-signing to ensure that that
apartment is paid for, that has proof, documentation, proof of funds to show that just one of my payments from one of my clients in a month that I provided a contract to show would cover his rent for the entire year. And yet that's not good enough to waive a security deposit or still make him pay first and last month's rent. What are we doing? Like, why are we making Gen Z like not be able to have a place to live? This is absurd. Like, I don't understand why somebody needs to be making over $1 million to show that you could waive the security deposit and not make them pay last month's rent. Like, I essentially showed them collectively that my husband and I make, I'm not going to say how much it is, but it's absurd. Because if he doesn't have a co-signer, like, how do people move into those places then?
Right.
I don't get it. I don't understand what we're doing to this generation. Then I see a news report that mortgage rates are climbing back up again, 5-month high, 6.85%.
Wow.
I ain't buying in that market unless I can pay cash. So we rent. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that for us. But I'm also 20 years older. Like, and I've already lived, I don't, like, this is stupid at this point. I guess, what is that generation supposed to do if you don't have somebody co-signing for you? How do you expect them to come up with that type of cash for $1,600 a month rent? I don't understand what we're doing here.
And how can you co-sign if you have multiple kids that's grown? Some people got 2-3 kids at a time that moved out. Some might be in a situation where all of them need a little boost with these new rules to get a place. So what do you do if you say you got decent credit and you're trying to do it all, trying to co-sign for all the kids? It's just a lot. This the system. Want you to think you failed. Did you?
I don't understand it.
If you are a believer, you're born again, you are called to be a watchman or watchwoman or watch person, doesn't matter. So that means you are someone who's to behold, to look up. You're called to be one who waits on the Lord.